Hey guys, welcome back. This is episode 22 of Trading to a Million by JPS Trading. This is Monday, the 28th of September. At the time of me recording my voice, though, this is the following Saturday. Let me know what you guys think in the comments section below, what you think of Donald Trump getting coronavirus and the First Lady as well. So just on this position on Monday, we have gone long. So if you remember from my previous videos, Mondays can prove to be, they can get a little bit hairy. But basically what I looked for here was I was looking for, well, obviously there was a match up in price, which was nice to see. I was looking for it just to drop down a little bit on the candle and then retrace back up, which would have just given me a partial entry point. So I decided to just take 2 contracts long, which was fine. Now we're about 10 past 8, so this is about 10 minutes after the open. Obviously, this instrument opens up at about 8:03 Australian Eastern Standard Time, 8:02 thereabouts. So when the futures in the US market do open, it does give you a little bit of time to react to obviously the price when it does, which is good. But look, there was a really nice trend forming here, as you can see. If it was going to just continue, then I was more than happy to see that. I was feeling a little bit bullish this week to start off in terms of that, but you'll see obviously what happens there. Now, obviously, guys, in the comment section, just let me know what you think of this series so far. I've really enjoyed making it, as you can probably tell with the amount of videos I'm posting, so I'm looking forward to continue doing more. But as you can see here, we're about $100 in profit. Now, for that to move that far that quickly, I was in a headspace where, look, on a Monday, for future reference, generally if a big move happens, even if it's in your favor, there is a bit of uncertainty on Monday. Sometimes just take it. But look, I was trying to let this winner run, and to my detriment, I didn't actually put a level in to cover the profit at. So worst case scenario, coming at break even or a small profit. So that's definitely something to consider. I took the let the winners run a little bit too far. But look, at the point in time of this happening, I didn't think there was anything stopping it, to be honest. 8:45, 9 a.m. Heaps of bids up in it. We got about, what was it, close about an hour and a little bit until the Australian futures open, which I was expecting them to open up pretty aggressively as well, and definitely not to the downside. So, $120 profit here is nothing to sneeze at the end of the day, and I think going forward, as if you guys do trading yourself as well, sometimes it is good just to obviously you just take the profits when it's there considerably. Not, if you're only up a few points and you're trying to target 30 or 40 points, don't just take it for the sake of it, because you can really hamstring yourself in the future when things start to go the other way. But looking at this update now, this is about 9:30 or so, and there has been a little bit of a sell-off, or you could say a breather from the domestic market, and it came down to about here. So I'm about 6 points up. Oh no, sorry, about 3 points up from my purchase price, including spread. I was just thinking that this is just going to be a demand level where people will be happy to just keep buying until market open. But as we got closer to 9:50 when the Australian market was going to open, I was actually looking if there was going to be more weakness to potentially pick up some more. And this move here that you're seeing, the initial push up was definitely encouraging, but for it to do a nice push up, as you can see, it's following the US markets and then push down further even when the US futures isn't. That isn't necessarily the best sign. And yes, the US futures have turned a little bit, but this instrument's making lower lows where the US futures aren't in terms of that. So that can mean that there's potentially a bit of divergence there. Look, it's no guarantee that the ASX is going to sell off, but as you can see there, it really had a lackluster bounce to the downside, and I was not expecting that at all. Obviously, going back, potentially the better option would have been, up $120 in about 20 minutes. Sometimes just take it, and then we could have waited for a big dip on the open and potentially bought in. So I was just watching this play out, and at the original stage, I was just trying to keep a calm head and thinking that this is a little bit of an overreaction. But then it really started pushing to the downside from there. So it was a decision of mine that I was like, well, look, I'll hold it out. I've got my stop loss in place. I don't expect it to get there. I more or less expect it to recover. But when you're trading in the moment, right here, I just wanted the actual Australian market to open, and it may not seem long that these 10 minutes, 9:50 to 10:01 or so, but I tell you what, when your position is like this at the moment, it feels like a bloody eternity in terms of that. So um, but there, right there, so it just decided to make a new low, as you can see there. I was potentially looking at adding some more if it did recover to the upside. Um, but it did just make a new low, so I was like, look, it's not the best sign. So I decided just to cover there, and just call it a day in terms of that. Like, there could have been a chance I could have held it, would have not hit my stop loss and recovered up. But if you saw the markets this week, this was pretty much the top of the market. Which, look, at the time, I had no idea that this is pretty close to the top of the market. I was thinking if we were going to continue going as we did, we were going to be getting pretty close to 6,000, which would have been nice to see. But yeah, so that's episode 22. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next video.